Okay folks, here's a little demonstration of how to do the drilling on your project. Make sure there's no chips in there, bits of sawdust. Put your block in like this. Have your PPE on. There might be too many P's in there, personal protective equipment. As you drill it down, come back like this to release the chips. Don't try and drill through it in one go. It'll spoil the job. Wait till the drill stops. Undo it. The depth is automatically set. Look, as you wind this down. There's a similar deal for the shorter one. Make sure there's no chippings in the block, in the jig. Place your block in position. Again, check at the... There's no need to worry about getting the right depth, it's set. Here's the third drilling. You're going to drill it in the opposite end to this drilling. So you need that hole pointing that way. Put it in the jig. Make sure there's no chips in there. Place it in there, up against that stop, up against that stop. And then hold it with this push stick, like that. Easy. Oh, let the drill stop first. I find that this is the easiest way and neatest way to cut the dowel. If you measure, you want one at 40 millimeters and another one at 20 millimeters. If you take your knife and just apply a gentle amount of pressure and roll the dowel like this, roll the dowel like this. And if you go round a couple of times, 3 times maybe, and then if you go like this, wobble it backwards and forwards, look, that's really beautiful, isn't it? Demonstrate again. Put your knife on the pencil mark. A moderate amount of pressure and roll your dowel. Your teacher may want you to use a tenon saw to do this. There you go, look, just a little bit of wangle it backwards and forwards a little bit. Isn't that beautiful? For an extra professional finish and to make it easier to get the doweling into the drilling, if you just do one turn in your pencil sharpener, it does 2 things. It gives it a nice neat finish to the end, and also it gives it a nice lead into the hole. I'll just do that on the other one here. Next operation is to glue the dowel into the shorter section. So little, oh, it's a bit too much glue on there. Okay, like that. You might not need to use the vise. If you do, you're just very gently sliding it in till it comes to a natural stop. If you turn it too much, it will break the little block. Take this opportunity to remove any glue that squeezes out. Next, we want to mark a centre point on 2 of the flats. So around about 10 millimeters. Now then, what we're going to do is put this on the sander and sand that to a nice pointy shape. For this operation, don't forget to have your PPE on, your personal protective equipment, and to have the dust extraction running. Don't leave the machine until it's stopped. And this is the effect we want. Going from the centre to taking nothing off at this point here. Do that on all four sides. The next operation is to file a little hook shape into the dowel. So if we gently grip it in the vise like this, put this little bit of MDF under here to support it, and then I favour using a half round file, and about 5mm from the end you want to file like this and make the hook that will grip the elastic band. You need to file it a little bit deeper than that, perhaps twice as deep as that for it to work. So it's hooked back like that. Okay. The next job now is to feed your elastic band through. And the way we do this is we've got some of these little hooky devices here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it in through the lower hole here, up to the top. Put this little elastic band on here like this, and pull it back through like this. Okay. Now then, to set it at the right position, what you do is you take your little bullet shape, please, put that in the top, and what you need to do is withdraw the elastic band till it just, look, see as it comes down till it just touches, like that's perfect, that is. Take this out. Now then, you need to get your short piece of dowel. What do you mean you lost it? Or, well done for looking after it. Delete as necessary. Little dowel, and we're going to hold the band in position with this. So, okay. So we can see the elastic band in there. Now, what you'll need to do is, for a really nice job, is to smooth down all these edges. This is actually called the Arris. Where two surfaces meet, that is known as the Arris. And for a really pucker job, you need to smooth those down with a piece of abrasive paper all round. What I was going to say is, here's the fun bit, but I'm sure we've all had fun making it. So this is the extended fun bit, the operation. Okay, now what you need to do is you need to hook the elastic band. So it's quite tricky, and it will take a little bit of practice. But if you gently just, and it's when you know it's hooked on, and you pull it, and pings back like that. Now you need to twist it very carefully and unhook it. It's fantastic, isn't it? Before I go, I'll just say that your teacher will be telling you about various other operations and refinements as you go along. This is just a sort of overview of the job. Enjoy.